welcome back to my channel. I'm not going to be in this video, but Brittney is. So basically what I've done today is what I usually would do on my clients. I've had heaps of requests on full in-depth video about how I do my clients, what products I use, and yeah, so I've done Brittney's face today. Obviously this is more of a dramatic style makeup. Not everyone would suit this or would want this. So yeah, if you would like to know how I created this makeup look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so for primer, I usually use the Hourglass Mineral Primer, and that's really good for people with oily skin. But because I'm in Sydney and visiting Brittney, I'm going to use the one that she uses, which is the It Cosmetics Serum Collagen Veil. So I'm just going to put that evenly on her face. Usually I just dot it everywhere and then blend it all together with a brush, but I don't have that brush, so I'm just going to blend it in with a beauty blender.
And keep in mind, guys, Jazz would normally do things maybe a bit more professionally, but we're just here in my house and using my makeup and stuff. So
yeah,
we're just using what I have. I don't have a big kit.
So the foundations that I normally would use in my kit is the MAC Studio Fix. I just think that this foundation suits every single skin type, whether it's oily, dry, or combo, and most of the feedback from my clients say that it lasted all night and it just looked amazing. So MAC Studio Fix is definitely a must-have in your kit. So I'm going to use NC30 on Brittney because she's really, really tanned. And once again, applying that with a damp beauty blender. Make sure you get the ears as well, because I've seen some shockers. Like I actually have, yeah. Oh yeah, and the earring. Just make sure you actually apply it.
It's like hanging off now. I have like the worst earlobes.
I personally like to go over the lips because, I don't know, I just think when you put lip liner and lipstick on, it just looks more polished. So I like to put the foundation over the lips.
Do you really?
Yeah.
And you leave it on there?
Yeah, until I do like lip liner and lipstick.
And you put the lip liner over the top of that?
Yeah.
That's so random.
It's like, it just acts as like a base to your lipstick. Obviously make sure you blend down the neck and behind the ear because, you know, for obvious reasons. Okay, so for concealer underneath the eyes, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me in the lightest shade. And I'm just placing this in a triangle underneath her eye. You actually need quite a bit of this product for coverage.
Really?
Yeah. Because when I use a little bit of it, it doesn't really
What are you
work.
saying, that I've got lots of blemishes?
And then I like to go over the eyelid, and this acts as a primer. I don't know, I just like using concealer as primers. I don't really like the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot because it's really thick and I don't know, I just don't really like it. Have you used it?
No.
Everyone loves it, but I'm not a fan. And then I'm just blending that in. Look up. So what I like to use to set that concealer is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. And I just like to take a mixture of the banana shade and the lighter shade on my e.l.f. blush brush. So I'm going to get you to look up. And packing that product on. I actually like to use quite a bit of product when I'm setting the concealer so it doesn't crease. Look this way. By the way, this is like a glam going out full coverage makeup look. Like obviously you wouldn't want to wear this if you're just going shopping or whatever, but yeah, just clearing that up. Close. And then I just like to set the concealer too. And then to set the rest of her face, I'm using my Australis Fresh and Flawless Face Powder in Darkest Brown. As you already know, I love this stuff and I have every single shade for my kit and I would highly recommend it. I've used so many other brands of setting powder and I think this one works the best. So yeah. So I'm just dabbing it on. Make sure when you do this, you don't do this, otherwise you're just taking off the foundation and it defeats the purpose. So for brows, what I usually use is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Brow Kit, and that has a kit with just heaps of different shades of eyebrow product. But for now, I'm just using the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Cocoa Bear. Nope, I'm using Mocha. So after I've filled in the brow, I like to go underneath and carve it with some light concealer. So I'm just using the Maybelline Fit Me and a concealer brush. And this is what makes a brow look like it just got freshly threaded. So this is the secret. So usually I would start off at the tail and I would just map out where the arch is and make it a bit darker at the tail. And if they need, I like to extend the brow as well. And then when I get to the beginning of the brow, I do a line and then I just drag the product up, going underneath it again. So for contouring and bronzing, I use the Hoola by Benefit. This one has been taken out of like a holiday pack, so I've just put it in a Z palette just for traveling and stuff. So I'm going to go in with this one on this brush, which came with Hoola. And then what I just like to do is start off at the top of the head and make my way down to the side of the mouth. What you want to do is drag the product up, not down, because otherwise that'll just defeat the purpose of the illusion of a cheekbone. Okay, in circular motions, dragging the product upwards. That looks better. I'm gonna drag some underneath her jaw, under her chin, and then I'm just gonna bronze up the forehead area. Okay, so the blush that I'm going to use is this one by Makeup Geek and it's in the shade Bliss. It's just a nice coral blush. So I'm just going to grab that on a brush and get the client to smile.
No.
And just placing that on the apples of the cheeks and bringing it up to the sides of the temples that way again. So now I'm going to contour her nose and I'm going to use this Jessup large fluff brush, and you can get these from eBay in sets for like $10, so they're really, really good. So what I'm going to do is just start off defining the bridge. I don't really go overly excessive with the nose contour, but I think it does tie the face together. So now I'm just diffusing the lines so they don't look sharp. And I just use a big powder brush for that. So now for my favorite bit, highlighter. So I'm going to use the MAC Soft and Gentle on the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighting brush. Okay, so I'm going to pop that on the highest point of her cheekbones. So just like that. Underneath her brow, above her arch, all the way,
Everywhere, pretty much. Looks on fleek on the camera.
Good. On her Cupid's bow, tip of her nose, and this will make her nose appear more lifted. And then just sweeping the rest on the bridge.
looks on point on my lip.
So this is basically the palette of eyeshadows that I use on almost every single client, especially these two for the transition shade. So this is Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek. This one's a Morphe Brushes eyeshadow. I'll leave it linked down below. I don't know what color it is. This one is Shimmer Shimmer, and then these ones are the ones that I use mostly, which is Mocha, Bitten, and Sienna by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So the brushes that I use are mainly Jessup, Zoeva, and Sigma. I absolutely love this Jessup brush, and it is the 217. I think it's supposed to be a rip-off of the MAC one, but it actually doesn't look anything alike. It's just a really, really big fluffy brush. And I'm going to go in with this Morphe Brushes eyeshadow and then a little bit of Sienna. And I'm just going to start off by warming up the crease area, like so. These eyeshadows blend like a dream, as you can see. It just looks like it blended for me.
It looks like it. Can you speak English? No. It looks like it blended for me.
Close.
Okay. Like it blended for me.
Okay, look this way, please. Close. Okay, so because Brittney has hooded eyes, what I'm going to do is, as you can see when she opens, I want to be able to see the eyeshadow above her crease. So that's what the plan is. Close.
To take the eyeshadow higher. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Only a tad, otherwise you won't be able to see the eyeshadow. This way. Okay, so now that the transition color is applied, I'm gonna go in with this color, which is called Hot Chocolate by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just applying it with a flat shader brush, and because she wants it quite dramatic, I'm just applying that all over her lid. So when you're packing on a darker color, make sure you don't go above the crease, because that's when you're gonna look like you got punched in the eye. So you're just wanting to pack it on like that. Doesn't have to be neat or anything. So once that's applied, I'm just taking a bit more of Sienna and using that to blend the transition shade and the lid shade together. I'm just taking the concealer brush with the concealer that was left over from the eyebrows and just creating a line from the corner of the eye up to the brow, so it kind of looks a little bit more precise. So go on the other side. I don't usually do this, but with smoky eyes like this, I think it looks good, and it's just a nice guideline for the eyeliner. Okay, so the eyeliner I like to use is the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner in black, and I like to apply that with the Zoeva Winged Liner Brush, which just looks like this. It's just really narrow and thin and perfect for winged liner. Mix it together. Okay, so then close your eyes. Just get the client to close, and what I'm going to do first is just the line. Make sure you don't do it too thick, especially with people with hooded eyes. Otherwise, when they open up their eyes, all you're going to see is the eyeliner. So after that's done, I'm going to get you to look straight ahead. So this is just easier for me when I'm mapping out the wing. So looking straight ahead, and what I'm going to do is map out the wing. So like that. And from the top, I literally just drag it down. So now I'm going to do the bottom lash line. So I'm going to get you to look up. I'm just taking the chocolate brown colour.
Jazz wanted to put eyeliner in my waterline, but it makes my eyes water like crazy. So we're skipping that part.
Yeah, look up. Yeah, usually what I would do is I would put black in the waterline, especially with clients with blue or green eyes, because I just think that makes it pop, but this is an alternative way. Now I'm just using sienna, which is what I used in the crease, and blending that out. Okay, now usually what I would use for mascara is a spoolie, so I would have disposable mascara ones, but I'm just going to use Brittney's mascara for this. So looking down, this is just the Essence I Love Extreme. And what I like to do when I apply mascara is I get the client to look down, open their eyelid, and then just place the mascara on. Like that. Okay, so for eyelashes, what I usually use is Model Rock lashes. So I basically buy the bulk set of 50 for $100, but because I'm not at home, I don't have them with me, so I'm just gonna use a pair of Brittney's lashes. Do you know which ones they are? No, well, they're just looking like this. They're just wispy. And the lash glue I use is the Duo lash glue. I love this stuff because it dries clear and it is pretty strong. So I'm just putting that on like this.
Why don't you have that other one you like?
Right now. Another lash glue that I like is the House of Lashes lash glue, because it comes in a tube with like a little brush, so it's so easy to put on, but this one's also really good. Okay, so I'm waiting at least 30 seconds to a minute for this to dry. It just makes it easier for the lashes to stick. Okay, so now I'm going to get you to look down, and then I place it on the outer. Please don't water. And then to the inner. Okay, so now I'm going to take Soft and Gentle and place that on the inner corners. So look up. I just think this makes the look, to be honest. Alright, so for lips, I'm going to go in with MAC Soar Lip Liner. And then I'm just going to go in and fill in her lips with Velvet Todo,
which is my fave.
Which is just slightly more of a browner tone than the lip liner. So this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learnt a few tips and tricks. If you'd like to see more videos like this with people with different face shapes, eye shapes, lip shapes, eyebrow, yeah, that's a good one.
Skin types.
Let me know in the comments below and I will gladly do that for you. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in my next one.